Number one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep.
Heffron and Reep.
Rated #1 podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for reals. It says it right here.
I don't think it's this song. I don't think this is the song that's why I look close. Why do I look so close? I look close and I'm not proportionate. I need this enough space here, and then I'm too far this way. No, I have to I need John Reep here because this is too much for me. Hey, everybody, it's John Heffron. You're listening to the Heffron and Reep podcast, voted the best in the world, best in the universe. We were ranked with the Podcast Association way before all these young fellers spouting it out. Don't forget, very soon, in a year, and a year's going to happen like quick. Just think about it. It was winter, and then we had, maybe like 3 weeks of summer, and it's going to be winter again. But before you know it, it's going to be time for the Sea Amigo cruise. There's all the info you go to johnreep.com/cruise. That's us. We'll be wearing whatever appropriate hats, whatever it's called. We'll be on a boat. There'll be things going on. Make sure you go to johnreep.com/cruise. And since I'm plugging stuff, 3 books, new book coming out in time for Christmas. Come on. Grandma makes blueberry thing. Grandma's making a lot of things. Brand new book coming out right in time for Christmas. Oh, and look at this little merch thing that I came up with. It's a bit of mine that I have, but I'm going to be selling these after the shows. If you buy 2 books, I'll show you. If you buy 2 books, you're going to get a free sticker. You know what that sticker is? Because I wrote these as a grandpa for you grandpas to read to your grandkids. I made the books easy for you to read to your grandkids, so you're just not some hump on the couch coughing from all your cigarettes and booze you're drinking. Interact with your grandkids. You're not going to be live, for a long time. So read these books to them. And then also I made this thing. This is my maybe the coolest piece of merch I ever got. It's all Grandpa Championship. You'll get that too. Maybe I'll put it on my locker right there. Anyway, this is the Heffron and Reep podcast. The co-host of the show comes to us from North Carolina, the 54th state to become a state in the United States. It was founded in 1923. By Walter Carolina. The state bird is the swallow. Most people in North Carolina, you might not know this, can run a mile in under 4 minutes. Those have been your North Carolina facts. And to fact check, why don't we have Mr. John Reep on? Mr. John Reep.
I think most of that sounded pretty good.
I think it was right. I was trying to read. I was Googling. Right.
I've heard the cardinal is the state bird. I don't think there's 54 states. I think we only have 50 still. You said we're the 54th state.
54. I thought
we didn't even have 54. No, we're not. Couldn't have been that. Just mathematically, that's impossible.
Okay, so that was wrong.
The mile, the running, that one's true.
That one's true.
Yeah. Good to see you, buddy. I like that All Valley sticker.
You like it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I already lost it. How do I already lose it?
Happens to me all the time.
I have a joke in my act now about, the grandpa tournament and becoming 5th seed. And that's why you have to regroup. So then I made the All Valley grandpa sticker. Although I didn't put
awesome.
my name on it. I should have put John Heffron.
Right.
But do you really? So I'm going to give these if people buy books, or do I do this move where I go, give me whatever you want for this sticker? Because this is a badass sticker, dude.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a grandpa of any age.
No,
if you're a grandpa in your 30s up to 80.
Yeah. Well, a couple things, right? Do you think grandpas are buying stickers? Grandpas. What do you think? How many grandpas purchase stickers out there? I'm curious. Leave it in the comment section. John Heffron, that's one. Anybody else? I don't know. I don't know a lot of grandpas buying stickers, but if you hand them one, they'll find a use for it for sure. They'll put that on their kids. Yeah,
or a fridge. You don't think people grandpa's age has an extra fridge in the garage,
right? That's true.
Or a toolkit that they still use, or a camper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they keep it on the refrigerator at their apartment that they've had for 30 years that their family doesn't know where their girlfriend and their other life has been for 30 years. Maybe they just keep it there.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. I like it. I had a similar idea not long ago as one of my interns, Elliot, was driving me to the airport, which turns out to be a new thing now. I guess I'm gonna when I'm flying to these gigs now, I'm getting rides from Elliot. And you've been in the car with him, and it's you've experienced this. We were talking, and I thought, like, how many of people who listen or watch us are truckers? You know, people who like are in their cars a lot. They listen to podcasts or satellite radio.
Right.
So I think we have a lot of them. I'm wondering if we came up with a bumper sticker or a magnet that had a QR code on it, would people put that on their car? That way, when you're sitting in traffic, someone's behind you, and all they say is a QR code. They're going to be curious. If it just says heffronreep.com, they're going to be like, oh, I know what that is. I'm not going there. But if they see a mystery, and they got to solve that problem, I'm curious.
What would you do? Remember, like old school, if you went into a bathroom stall back in the old days, like the old Twitter was, you would write on a bathroom stall, and you'd figure out whose mom was a bit anxious with the fellas,
or what number to call for a good time.
If you wanted a good time, you would go there. You'd see people's ability to draw penises. It used to, used to be a thing. What if you just have a QR? Are there QR codes that just say for a good time, and it's just a QR code?
Oh, well, that's a great idea. No,
Like,
John,
would
for
you be
a good
afraid?
time. This podcast is a good time, so it's not a lie. And it could be a funny joke. If we come up with stickers that say for a good time and then just that, and we give it to our fans for free.
Or you make it printable where they can print it up on their computer if they got stickers.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do both. I like that.
Then they can just do it whatever they want.
Make it a bumper sticker as well. You can make it the sticker the size. We can make all kinds of sizes of the sticker. So if you want to buy a bunch of them but don't want to have to carry up a lot of big stuff, you can make them like the size that you have there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I would love.
See, that's the same philosophy as that graffiti artist or whoever it was that put
Banksy.
No, I'm thinking of. I like him, but I'm thinking of the guy Andre the Giant's face was everywhere.
Yeah.
Was that a Banksy?
No.
Yeah.
That was.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And
So what the hell was that?
He sent that out, and then it became a crowdsourcing thing where everybody just made one and stuck it everywhere they lived. I think is that
What
story.
was it?
That's
I'd like
why
to
you
know.
see it everywhere.
Yeah,
That's why you see it everywhere. I have a personal goal. I would love to walk into an Arby's and walk into the restroom of an Arby's, and you just see our sticker there.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have to do this.
I mean, we could put our faces on it. The two little faces we use for our thing.
You mean? I think it gives it away, though.
Oh, you do?
I think it gives it away. But maybe the QR code goes to a link tree that has our faces on it, and then not just the podcast, but everything we got.
Right.
Or do you want it to go straight to the podcast?
Go straight to the podcast.
Audio or just the website, heffronandreep.com?
The Heffron and Reep website.
Yeah. So, by the way, if you're watching or listening to this, don't forget we do have a website. If you go to heffronandreep.com, our tour dates are there. You can get merchandise. You can get Heffron and Reep glasses, mugs, T-shirts, hoodies, and pretty soon, hopefully, QR code bumper stickers or something, right? I think that'd be a good idea.
We should put links to our other stuff on there. Why are my book links not on there?
We should be communicating better.
All right, so let me. So we left you last week. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because we're still talking about it. Here's another thing I've got. I just got these in the mail. I did a TV pilot when I moved back here called Hickory Live.
Yeah.
And All Things Comedy was going to pick it up and all this stuff, and then COVID happened, and it just now it's dated. But I made a bunch of merch for it, and these were patches that were going to go on hats, and I've got some left over. So now I'm just going to give them away to people. So just want to throw it out there because you got the sticker, I got this thing. Pay what you want for it, I guess, or I'll just give it to you, whatever.
Why couldn't you still do a Hickory Live type of thing? You could do a live, like it could be a parody where you're making fun of those live type shows that you have to do when you're on the road. Those noon shows.
Oh yeah. Well, we shot the pilot. I mean, it was a lot of work. It was like a TV show.
Yeah,
live audience in a barn. We had cloggers. It was a big deal, and we crowdsourced it. So I didn't lose money doing it. Thank goodness to the wonderful fans out there who helped pay for it. We could, but what's happening is Country-ish is a live show, and it's slowly morphing into what Hickory Live was. It's somewhere in the middle. Like Country-ish was just a podcast. It wasn't live.
I would go Hickory Live because I saw a guy do this here in Detroit, which made me think about things. Ever thought about advertising on Hulu Live? Do you have Hulu?
I have Hulu.
Okay.
I don't use it much, but I have it.
Oh, see, I use it all the time. That's my only source of TV and YouTube. But Hulu Live lets you buy commercials. So you can have commercials just in between Seinfeld or whatever you want. And they're crazy cheap.
Well,
they're crazy cheap. Like $50 for played 1,000 times.
Wow.
Right? So it's nothing but attorneys are all on mine and mesothelioma.
Right. Transvaginal mesh.
And then if you buy Camp Lejeune, you have water. It's literally the same thing. So when I'm performing at the Comedy Castle in November, I wanted to figure out how to do a fake commercial where I act like I'm an attorney.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'm not an attorney, and I tell everybody I can't help you with mesothelioma. I can't help you with the thing. If you've been in a wreck, I'm the last person you call, but I am doing comedy at Mark Ridley's November 2nd through the 4th, and just try to make it the cheapest commercial possible. I don't know if that'd be a complete waste of money.
No, I love it. I want you to do it.
But I just don't know. I think I could do it with a green screen.
Yeah.
I just don't have a way to.
Where would you do it? You just
I should fly just to you. We'll do it right at your studio.
Come visit me.
I want to walk. I want to shake hands. I want to be walking in black and white and just have you walk by and shake hands. And it's like John Heffron for the people. So you kind of think it's an ad for a political thing, but it's not. It's just,
dude. So okay, do you have a format? Is it just you talking to the camera, or they're going to be? You said there's other people walking by shaking hands. What do you mean?
I could make it a political ad. Where they always show those hacky guys who are shooting guns. They walk in and they have hard helmets on because they're workers. Those horrible ones. Or it could be just a straight me looking at the camera going, hey, I'm at the Comedy Castle. I've been doing this for 30 some years. You should come out. QR code. And
what I like about you said it's all attorneys on there anyway.
Yeah.
So I would pick the format of one of those and stick to it.
Oh, they're horrible.
Closely, so that it looks like it's obviously that you're making fun of all these stupid commercials. Now, is that just your algorithm, though? Is this Hulu an algorithm thing that it's only showing you commercials that it thinks that you want to see or would work for you, or targeted towards you?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I literally see it. It's like, those realtors that have been in your city for 100 years.
Yeah.
Call Bernstein Advantage, right? And then they have the guy on the commercial. He's now 110, and his son is obviously taking over. You know?
Yeah.
I'm the new Bernstein. I'm like my dad, but bigger of an ass. Hey, Jefferson Feiger.
Yeah.
Like it's all like it's the same, and they all have different. They just want to be actors and want to be famous. They're just those attorneys.
Well, you need to do that. Come to Hickory, where Alan has a studio. We have a green screen here. Film that, and then I think I want to be in it too. I want to do one now.
But look up how much it costs to do.
Wait, let's do one together, just for the podcast.
It just
just a generic one. It looks like lawyers, Heffron and Reep attorneys, not at all.
Yeah,
some attorneys at law, attorneys not at all.
Attorneys not at all. Yeah, and then I want to do that thing where like I'm on a desk and I'm looking the other way, and then I just look over.
Yeah.
And I'll have like whatever architects use, like plans in my hand.
Okay. Yeah, I want to be dressed up with a briefcase and definitely suit and tie.
And then have like a woman with like 5 kids, and then they all just hug each other after you open your briefcase.
Yeah.
No reason why. No reason why suddenly the family is brought together with happiness. It's because you walked in the room.
That's a great idea. I'm not joking. I mean,
look up how much it costs to do. We could do nationwide ones. It's not expensive.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I was asking about the algorithm, because if we're just doing one for a certain gig, why not just go nationwide with it and do the podcast? And
why don't we do, dude? We could do what Byron Allen does. The guy who does what's all the Byron Allen shows?
Yeah, Comics Unleashed.
Comics Unleashed. So those of you who don't know, but anytime you see those shows were all infomercials that Byron Allen bought time for. Those aren't real TV shows. Mm-hmm. So he made the TV shows, produced them, and then bought time, and that's why they air constantly. And he gets paid the commercials that run in between the commercial he's doing. It's genius. That's why he's like a billionaire. Yeah. Right? It's a genius move. What if me and you, okay, how long is a commercial? 30 seconds?
30 seconds.
Okay, what if it's John Heffron, John Reep, the 15-second comedy special, and it's literally you doing 6 seconds?
Okay.
Right, then, and then me, da-da, and then both of us with our hands up like that, and then that's it.
But what is it? Where do they go? Are they going to? What are they buying? Are they? Where are we pointing them towards? A special that doesn't exist, or something that we already have, or the website, or
special coming to your side? I don't know. Just to get so if you just see people enough, then they suddenly become. You're like, I know that guy.
Yeah,
that's all we're doing.
Oh, just be a brand awareness.
Yeah, that's all we're doing. We just front load it to see what happens.
I'm for this. I'm for the attorney. I like the attorney one. I also like the fake political ad one, because I feel like that voted. We're getting the midterms again or something, right? Isn't election season almost around the corner?
We're coming up soon.
We're going to see a lot of political ads, so we can go ahead and start spoofing those.
And then the ads are going to go up, and we're going to lose space. So yeah, we should. Or you do some fake political ones that aren't real, but then make people think, is that real? And then that's why your name's right. I've always wanted to do this, and she's the nicest human being ever, and I haven't talked to her in 35 years or whenever I was in high school. But okay, whoever was class president for you, what high school did you go to?
Fred T. Ford High School.
Oh, that's right. So whoever was voted class president at your high school, that was a lifetime position.
Right.
If you got that job as a senior, you are class president for whatever year you graduated for the rest of your life. So I think doing attack ads against class presidents in high school are hilarious, because I could look and go, Michelle was the class president in 1988, South Lyon Lions. Has your life changed since she's become president? Gas was only $1. Now it's $5. Thanks, Michelle. You know, we weren't at war with anybody. Thanks, Michelle. And like you just blame the entire thing on the class president that you had in the 80s.
And you could even actually pull
Try
up
to
real
revote.
things about it, like, was the 10-year reunion at Arby's the best place to do it?
It seems to be there's $14 left in the prom fund. Where did that go, Michelle? And you show her like jail just coming and just like.
Oh, and you can even pit other presidents against each other. You don't even have to be in it. You can like the president of 1990 versus the president of 1988. Like they can have fake attack ads at each other.
Like I wonder, could you run for? You say the election's fake. Okay, that wasn't the thing, but we say we say fake election.
Okay. From your high school,
from the 80s, yeah, from the 80s. And then could you run for re-election for class of 80 something?
Oh, like retroactively, find out everyone who graduated that year and say, I want to revote. You, John Reep, want to become class president? Yeah,
I don't know. And then you have to, and then you
have to find everybody that I graduated with and get their vote. To see if they would change it.
Yeah, and then file a petition with your school. And then, and then have a prep rally.
That's great.
A prom
pep
or something. Yeah. Something.
Oh, dude. Yeah, speaking of that, we're going to do the prom, right? April the 8th.
April 8th.
Second Chance Prom in Hickory. We're doing this. I'm going to create a prom. I'm going to create a Facebook event eventually, but I'm putting it out there right now so you guys can just think in your brain. If you want to come to the prom with me and John Heffron, we're going to do a Second Chance Prom in Hickory, and basically what that means is if you could redo it. Like, did you even go to the prom? Was it a horrible prom? Did you go with the wrong person? Would you like to ask that person to go with, again, or a separate person? This is your second chance. April the 8th in Hickory. We're going to do it probably at a place called Duke's. And try to dress up as closely as you could from your first or second prom when you was in high school. I'm going to wear an all-white tuxedo because that was my favorite one. I went to 4 proms. I'm just going to choose one.
I have a million websites because I've been hanging on this idea for 40 years. I have a million websites. I will look up one of them and we can attach it to this.
What do you mean?
A website that's like do-over prom.
Oh.
Prom redone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but what do you mean attach the website? Like,
but then that way we can make a big website for it so people know where to get tickets.
Oh, okay.
And it's instead of Second Chance Prom, it can be this.
Okay. All right. So, but the idea is try to. I think what I'm going to do eventually is have people who, if you're interested in coming, if you buy a ticket, we're going to raise money for charity. We're going to have a DJ who's going to play music only from like 1985 to 1995. Something like that. I'll pick the years, and it'll only be music in that 10-year span because I feel like we have wiggle room, 5 years behind us and 5 years in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Dress like you can, from that, and then we'll have a DJ. And send in your prom picture. If you think you have a funny one or it didn't go well, if it's goofy looking, send in your prom picture, and then we'll have a contest, and then the top 5 we'll blow up into poster size. We'll have it inside the venue, and then there we'll pick a prom picture king and queen.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
We'll win some cash prizes and stuff like that.
I know it's a long way away. There's a lot we can do for this. People are excited. I'm excited. I was talking to the second I told my wife Michelle about it. I drove a half hour where she already bought her dress, and this thing is April 8th. That is how many months from now? I drove 30 minutes
Oh my gosh.
to get a dress already for it. It's hanging out.
Wow. How? Why? I mean,
We were at
I
a
like
store.
I like the enthusiasm.
We were at a secondhand store getting some dressers because I'm flipping furniture. And we bought some dressers and the thing, and then she had this on. She's like, look how good. There's no reason why I would wear. She doesn't talk like that. I don't know why I talk like that. She's like, why would I wear this? I'm like, I don't know. You know, she's like, well, you can take me out. And I go, it's a prom dress. I can't take you out in. That's like that looks like a prom dress, not old one.
Yeah.
And then we just laughed about it. And then literally, dude, that night, I think you called me and asked if, like, hey, do you want to do this? And then I told her, she's like, I already called the place. You're picking up the dress tomorrow. And then I walked in. And I walked in and I go, I'm here to get this prom dress. And then they're like, can we see our ID? And I'm like, it's in my truck. And I go, is it already paid for? And they go, yeah, but we want to make sure that it's you. And I'm like, it's not. I'm part of a ring of people that go around the country stealing used prom dresses. And I steal that. That's my calling card. You got me. Oh boy. This is that's
funny
stuff. So
anyway. She got the dress already. That's amazing. I gotta get that.
I already know exactly what tuxedo I'm gonna try to get. I don't even know if they make cummerbunds, but I'm gonna try to find one.
Oh yeah, you know what I want to do is get a fake red carpet like on the way in, so it looks like a Hollywood event, and we're gonna have fake paparazzi out there. But we'll have people taking photos like a prom photo. We'll have a little display, but we're gonna walk through a gauntlet of photographers that makes it feel like you're going to a Hollywood event. And we'll have people like, who are you wearing?
Yeah, we also got to hire some guys so we can fulfill a long-term fantasy of mine is to get in a fight in a tuxedo. Remember the part of Footloose when they all got in a fight right before they went into the dance?
Right.
When they're fighting, and then it goes, you're pretty tough when it's 5 against 1, and he jumps, and then they fight, and then he walks in, and everyone just kind of sitting there not doing anything. He's like, let's dance! And then the glitter came. He's like,
you want a fight scene?
Want a fight scene? We can have, we'll like play fight. We need like 5 bad guys.
Oh, yeah. We can stage it. We can make it a fake TikTok viral video. We can set it to the music of Footloose, maybe if we could use it. But maybe that's one of the things we'll put on the event is like be a part of this fight scene that we're going to film, and also be a part of this TikTok dance, whatever. What if we had to recreate? I mean, would you recreate a Footloose dance? What song?
Yeah, the end song of Footloose would be iconic. There's a lot going on in that. It's the end when they finally dance after a whole movie. I don't want to wreck the movie. After a whole movie of not being allowed to dance, they all finally dance. So if you could find a dance group or a troupe or a bunch of people that probably could mimic that dance, because it's everybody doing different things. There's one guy who's all like this, and one guy's down, and everybody, we can set the camera up perfect. Who would not want to be in a video from that scene?
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what I mean?
What if we? All right, we've got to go back and watch that movie now and find
the original wardrobe. One. Don't watch the second one. Don't watch the second one.
No, of course not. Honestly, John, I haven't seen all the first one.
Oh my god!
I know.
Really?
I know. Not all of it, and not in a long time. I mean, the first time I watched it, I was at the age where I thought it was dumb. And
Did you really? Yeah. You were younger. You're younger than me. I remember walking out of that movie going, "That was the greatest movie. There'll never be another movie like this." I literally said those words to myself.
All right. Well, I gotta watch it again. I gotta give it another shot.
And then I tried to learn all the dances.
Yeah.
Got the cassette immediately because that's what you do. You'd see the movie, and if the movie was good, you drive right to go buy the soundtrack. Immediately, you would buy the soundtrack.
All right, so we got work to do. We got to get
a lot to do.
Got to get you to Hickory to film some fake commercials for Hulu.
First, we got to figure out how much the ad costs are for that to see if it's worthwhile. But I say doing a Heffron and Reep one where we confuse people. I wonder if there's like not legalities if Hulu would want to go. What do you guys do? Like, I wonder if we could get away with not really saying what we do, or we could be like those sports card guys. Like when you think of Heffron and Reep with a phone number, but just have it be very vague of like what we do.
Yeah. Well, Heffron and Reep sounds like it could be a law firm.
It could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have this, like you can even have the commercial cut out. So it's ruining your life, Heffron and Reep, and it is. And then people are like, my life is being ruined.
All right. Well, I love it. We're gonna do it. Well, before we move on, because I want to talk about how your operation, not your procedure went. But before we do that, I want to know if Alan Jackson wants to weigh in real quick about all those ideas and what he thinks. I mean, is that something we could do, Alan? Could get John here and film that in a green screen and do the whole...
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Yeah,
I think it'd be great.
And
I think
those...
the legal commercials, perfect.
Okay.
Hey, I actually I got a QR code done up already for the.
Oh, did you really?
Time.
Just now, as we were talking,
we'll get that circulated around. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
But yeah, all that sounds great. I'm on board. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you, the Alan Jackson. All right, we're going to make it happen, Heffron. How did the endoscopy, colonoscopy procedure go? How are you feeling? I see you're alive, so that's good.
Yeah.
Give us a post thing.
So I'm going to try to do a little show and tell.
Yeah.
On here, because here's when would that be? That was Thursday. Okay, so here's what the guy left me. So I did all the stuff.
Yeah.
But here's the vague message. Would you freak out about this? Hold on, let me make sure.
Vague message from your doctor? The guy doing the procedure?
Yeah. Source are calling. Sorry that I missed you. Wanted to discuss your biopsy results with you. Nothing urgent, but please give me a call back when you have a chance.
So, but he was very like, nothing urgent, but please give me a call when you get a chance. And then I can't get a hold of the guy.
Well, it's not urgent. Okay. So what are you worried about?
All right, good. So first off, we left off. I had to leave the podcast, and I had to use the suppositories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So, and when I talked to you last, that was me not eating all day. That was me drinking some whatever goop. This didn't make it. I don't even know how you judge. I don't even have a ruler. Didn't even make it. Okay, if there's a tip to this, the tip didn't even make it in. Not even just the tip.
Well, hold up.
Okay.
So
here's
not one of these went into you?
No, here's the suppository. Okay, so this is, you can't tell, but see, what's the best? Okay, so you can kind of tell. Okay, so this tips thing didn't even make it to the tip of a pencil. Didn't even that touched the dung hole. I went, it's not happening.
Did you tell the doctor that none of this worked?
I think, and it stung, and then I felt like I sat there and I felt violated. So then, even though I had very bad X-laxy stuff going on, I jumped in the car and I drove to the store and I bought pills. I didn't know there was pills. Why wouldn't you just take the pills and skip up the butt? Up the butt, I guess, causes immediate, which that even seems more horrible than anything. It's almost like if you have a pipe that's, busted and you put your thumb in it, and then if you take away your thumb, it all comes. So the pills you just kind of took, and it said may work anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. You have no idea when it is, when it would. So did all that stuff, and that is what it is. And then I went to the place to get it done. Took me in the back room. You see everybody just kind of all with the same face on, right? Nobody's eating for a thing. And then I lay down. I'm like, do I got to take all the clothes off? And the lady's like, yeah, you got to there's a tie in your back, and then you can put on these little footies. So this guy comes and goes, you need to turn over sideways. So I turn over sideways, and then somebody comes to him and says, hey, they need you in Farmington Hills. You need it's another hospital, maybe 2 hours away. Can you go? And they're figuring out their schedule. And then I go, he's busy now. Can we? Can you guys figure it out after he's done doing it? You know what I mean? Because his head was in the game, and now I feel like his head's now thinking
Right, that's
about
a conversation that you should not have in front of the patient that's about to get worked on.
Anything. Yeah. So then the guy comes in and says, hey, we're going to do the whatever, the camera's going down his throat. And then a lady comes, some other lady, and goes, I'm going to put a bite thing in your mouth, and that's then the tube is gonna go down the middle of this thing. So I had all that in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. So then the guy goes, I'll put you to sleep after she puts the thing in your mouth, and once she knows that it's tight enough, then I'll put you to sleep. And I was like, can you do that way before that? Because I don't think that's enough time. You're telling me that you can put me out after the mouthpiece is in, and then she's sticking that thing in. I'm going to need a little bit more leeway.
Wow.
Right? Like I'm not, and he just laughed. He's like, you'll be fine. I go, no, I take 2 Ambien a night, dude. I'm like, I don't think whatever you have is going to work. I don't. I'm like, I'm talking just super up. Like, you don't even know.
Well, you don't know me, man.
Yeah,
I'm not a regular dude. Okay.
So the lady puts the thing in my mouth, and then I hear her go, "I'm gonna need you just to bite down a little." And I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like I said, everybody, I'm still awake. And
Did you tell him you've had Bell's palsy before?
Yeah, I told the lady, she goes, just bite down on it. And then in my head, I'm thinking, this is bullshit. I'm still awake. And she said that. And then I wake up in the room. Oh, just all done. Everything's done. I was snoring, looking around. Right. So I literally don't remember anything.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Weird taste in my mouth. But then I had the worst gas. And the lady comes in, she goes, you need to fart. And I go, well, I can't just fart. Like, it's embarrassing.
Well,
I don't.
It's not something you do on command. That's just had happened.
I don't even fart around my wife. I don't either. I keep, there's some stuff I think you just don't do. She can fart all she wants. I'm not telling other people how to live her life. I try to keep it a little bit classy.
Same.
A little bit classy. If the bathroom door is closed, that means closed. It's closed for all.
When I was younger, I used to think it was kind of funny. We could fart around each other. Isn't that funny? But then slowly over time, it turns disgusting, and it makes you not want to be intimate with that person.
Listen, things are gonna slip up. But so I go, I don't fart, and I'm like, well, I'll just hold it until my sister came to pick me up. I'm like, I'll just hold it until, I'm in the parking lot walking over, but then it hurt so bad. Then the lady's like, well, just walk around. You need to walk around. And I go, okay. So now I'm doing that like walk you see on TV where you got an IV hooked up to you and you're pulling it. And I got my butts hanging out and I'm in these little socks and I'm doing like a lap. And I still hadn't gone. And then the lady goes, well, you have to do, it's a yoga pose, basically, where you're on all fours and then you put your forehead. I don't know if it's supposed to be on the mat, but I was so kind of still tired from being out of it. And then you kind of move your butt up and down, kind of like that. Okay. So you're kind of pumping it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm doing it. And now I know I have to fart.
It's like a Jane Fonda video.
But now I know I have to go, but it's a little curtain. So I know there's a guy on one side of the curtain.
Yeah.
Right? And I know somebody else on there, and there's 4 people talking about what concert they're going to this weekend. All the nurses who are in the little, staging area right in the middle. I hate it. Like when I don't even, if I'm at an airport and I have to go, if I always try to pick the stall with nobody next to me, and if nobody's in the airport, I got a system. I go as fast. I wet as many napkins as I can. I run in there. I power wash it. I can be done in less than a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Easy.
Oh wow, very nice.
Easy. Standing back up so I'm not squatting. I got
Really?
a whole thing. I
That's
hook
pretty
up
good.
my backpack thing. I take my whippets out.
Yeah.
I go, bam, 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 done, out. Like
Damn.
within like 2 minutes. So I'm doing the yoga squatting, how to fart pose, and then I farted, and then just like I was a 4-year-old, the woman goes, "There you go."
Did you get a cookie or anything, or a prize, or a sticker?
And then I just kept doing it, and then I just kept doing it forever because my stomach was so full of just air from I don't know, the tire things in there. But it was odd to get. And then I was like, well, now I want to hide behind the curtain to the lady there's a shift change.
Yeah.
I don't know how long she was going to be working there. I don't know if the night shift came in, but I wanted her gone.
Why?
You know what I mean? Because she goes, "There you go."
Oh,
I didn't want to see her after she said that.
Right.
To me.
Right. Or ever again, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted if they all left.
So that's hilarious. One, and I'm glad that you didn't wake up during the middle of yours like the Alan Jackson.
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure that probably got in your head when Alan told you that story about waking up.
I said that to Michelle, and she goes, "Why did he say that to you? It's never happened." She goes, "It's never happened to anybody. That's almost like impossible thing to happen." I'm like, Alan said it happened to him, so it's not impossible. I've proof. I've proof that it's happened to one person. So I can't say it's never happened. It never will happen. I have a guy. I can text a guy who said that it happened to.
So how many? So you actually got 0 of those suppositories in your body?
No, I didn't even get if
None of them.
the tip. It didn't even go in.
So what?
My butthole went, dude. It was so tight. Like there was nothing, nothing. It was. Dude, nothing.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
Nothing.
I'm just curious because now it makes me question how important all this prep work actually is. Is it for our safety or for them to not have to deal with grossness? Because if it's on them, that's their problem. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm going for here?
It's kind of like your plumber coming over going, "I'm going to fix your toilet, but here's what I need you to do. I need you to snake it out. I need you to pour all this stuff down. I need you to empty out. Yeah, I want you to replace the rim of the toilet."
And you're like, what? It's like when I have the same philosophy, and some people think I'm stupid on this one or gross. I don't brush my teeth before I go to the dentist. They're going to do it. I'm like, get in here. Let's go. What am I paying you for?
That's good. I think it's because they don't want blockage. I think they want to be able to have that camera move as far up as it can possibly go.
But see but you didn't do half of your. Did they tell you there was blockage?
I did everything.
Dude, you didn't do the suppositories? You did 0 suppositories.
No. I went and bought new suppositories that were pill form.
That's not a suppository. That's a pill. But yes, okay. So you took a pill.
So I did the laxative and then the drink and then whatever, dude.
And you didn't eat.
It was I really can't describe it without being gross.
Yeah. No, but that part worked. So there was no blockage.
There was one point where you go, there was a lot of liquid coming out. Mm-hmm. Like where you go, that's not where liquid's supposed to come out. I'm like, I think I might have popped the water balloon inside me.
Yeah.
And then they ask you that too. They go, when was the last time you went to the bathroom? And then you tell them. And then the lady goes, what color was it? Was it? And then it just felt weird. I guess it's all grown-up conversations, but
they want everything out of you. I'm still perplexed on the suppository part of that because you're the only person I've ever heard where a doctor said that's part of the prep work is a suppository. Normally, it's just drinking a lot of fluids and not eating, right?
It's that, and then whatever the name of the Mirax that loosens your stool.
Stuff.
Yeah. And then the whatever.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Well, so when do you get the results?
Oh, I had no whatever they looked for. I had none. So I'm good for 10 years, man.
Good deal.
I got an MRI. I got a lot of things over the last couple of things, dude.
Oh, that's great. I got to schedule mine. I've canceled it twice. I need to go ahead and knock it out.
The prep sucks. But I was drinking chicken broth, like every half hour. I was drinking it. So you kind of, I wasn't that hungry, to be honest. Like, yeah, you're like, oh, I wish I could eat.
Yeah.
And then you slept.
Broth.
I was just heating that up and just sucking that down.
Are you allowed to
keep drinking liquids?
Can you drink anything you want? Like, can you have a beer?
I looked because it has to be clear, but I didn't know like tequila would be clear.
Yeah, vodka's
liquid.
clear.
Yeah, so I don't know why that wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Curious. Why. Yeah.
But anyway, you should get it done because so then my sister picked me up and we were driving. She's like, do you want to stop and eat anywhere? I'm like, no, I'm good. I was home. And then she said, take advantage of the sleep stuff they gave you and just go into your house and go right back to the couch and you will fall back asleep. And I did. And I woke up like 4 hours later going, man, they got to sell that stuff like over the counter. That was good.
What was it again?
Whatever they give you to knock you out. You know what I mean? Whatever. I think Michael Jackson died from it.
Oh, propofol.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's probably not good.
Well, I think that's an IV.
I think this was. Yeah, this was.
Yeah.
An IV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how his doctor, personal doctor, prescribed.
Yeah,
that's how he went to bed.
Yeah. Wow, I could see it. See it. Not on my Punchline Atlanta money. Can I afford that?
I mean, let me ask you this, John. Let's just say you hit the lottery, right? And you've got all the money you'll ever need. You'll never spend it all, right? And now you're going to change. You probably buy a different house or whatever, If you could create the perfect bedroom sleeping situation, I'm talking about like I just need to get good sleep. I'm not talking about like I want to be able to cuddle. I want to sit up and watch TV. I'm going to knock myself out. I need to go to sleep. Would you do an oxygen deal? Like, wasn't there a thing where
Michael Jackson went into hyperbaric chamber, which has actually turned out is really good for you.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
It's really good for people with head injuries and all that type of stuff.
It's just all oxygen coming in the chamber, which is, it's like maybe we get 30 or 40% oxygen just the way it is now.
I always thought, but it's weird when you sleep because you always you're around strangers. But if you could get the intercontinental, like Delta Airlines sleep pod, like that first class cabin thing,
international,
where you're sitting up and then you hit a button and then you completely get locked down in that pod, but your TV's right there, and then you have room for whatever you're drinking is right there.
Yeah,
like that, like type of sleep pod. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
where you could just
with oxygen coming in.
Oxygen coming in, salt. You can go a little salt thing. You do, have a setting if you want to be woken up. You go like chocolate chip cookies or homemade pie, and then that scent kind of wakes you up every morning.
Oh yeah,
and then the pod can do some readout of the news, or it can listen to what's going on in your house, and maybe even the pod goes, you know what? I would just stay in here for another 2 hours.
Yeah, you're not missing nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty out. It's rainy. People in your house are pissed off about something that didn't get done. So just stay in your.
And then
pod.
you wake up and you're a part of the Matrix, and you're like you're feeding computers.
It's 400 years later. Like what the fuck?
Best sleep I ever had for the last 400 years.
That's exactly how we do. By the way, can I plug something? Since the thing this weekend. Atlanta Punchline, but this Sunday I will be at the DC Improv for a 6:00 show and an 8:00 show or 8:30 on Sunday to shoot. I don't even know. You know what people call it, dude? Like you're shooting a special and stuff. I'm not labeling it that. I'm recording my hour. I hope it's an hour audio recording like old school days. It'll probably end up on YouTube like everyone's doing. It's I don't know if it ever get played on Pandora. I know I should have a better outlook on this, but all my shit's still off of Pandora. All my stuff is still off of Sirius XM. And everyone you just keep got to put out content, da, da, da. And they say that to me, and I do it, and then it sits on a hard drive. So I know that sounds shitty, but Sunday at the DC Improv, I'm recording regardless. It's gonna be fun.
Come be a part of that show if you're in that area. I mean, that's what happens. You end up living forever as part of the special because your laughter
when it's going to be
will help out.
Fun.
Yeah.
And then I
go there and make a weird laugh that you can hear yourself later. You know, John
it'll be fun.
That.
And then I can retire that material, and then you can move on.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know what that means.
Now, let me ask you this. I saw that at the beginning of the show, you held up one of our coasters with the Sea Amigos cruise. Do you have enough to take with you to Atlanta? That is not one of the. That's a Sade.
Sade.
Yeah, it's a good one. Though. I like Sade. Did you know that when you held it up just now?
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the random coasters that I have.
Yeah. But do you have enough? Do I need to sit? My question is, do I need to have
for
Elliot?
Financial advice? Get a hold of Kelly.
Oh, that's a good idea. Do you need more? There's a QR code.
There's a QR code right there, and then flip it. I've got a box of these, dude, and they're coming with me to Atlanta. They're coming with me to Atlanta because I got a lot going on in Atlanta. You're going to leave with one of these. They're going to have a QR code. You're going to have opportunity. So should I bring 3 books? I have 3 books, John. Is that too many options for Atlanta? You know how it is, how you get stuck in that corner with Reggie and people are just leaving. So to have people choose between books, or do you think people are going to buy 3 books? Or should I just go 2 books? And if you buy 2 books, you also get a sticker. Or should I bring all 3 books for those ballers who live in some of that area who want all 3? What would you do?
If it were me, I would bring 1 book and the stickers, and then if they really talk your head off about it, and the line.
Here's the problem with 1 book. Here's the problem with 1 book. I don't like to make change. So if you hand me a 20, I don't want to have to find. I don't want to have to give you $10 back.
How much are the books?
10 each.
Okay, bring 2 books.
Bring $2 and you get a free sticker.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good deal. Don't bring the 3rd, but tell them about the 3rd if they won't stop talking about it and holding your line up. You know what I mean?
No, my
hold the line up and they're
is
still talking about it. You're like, there's a 3rd book. You got to get on the website though. So thank you.
I was like when you're selling merch, and then the super nice lady, usually a nicer lady, the bigger purse she has, puts then her entire purse, and then jacket on your merch table. And then starts to
covering
go
up your stuff,
and then starts to go through to find her Discover card at the thing to then buy.
Yeah, or the ones that have a story. I mean, I got to tell you something. You said that about your dad. I got to tell you this one about my dad. I'm like, do you have to? You don't really have to. You can tell me later. How about tell me at the end of this line? You know. There's a line for stories. There's a line for people trying to hand me money.
Looking at our video like this side by side, now I'm thinking there's so many. If anybody has idea for commercial parodies, but I don't know what we'd plug. If we would just plug me and you as comics, or do you want to start like a fake? Like probably Hulu would make sure we have a real business. But we could be like news people. We could get one other person, and we can like fake argue. Like up next tonight. It's Hickory Live, and then it's you. This is America, and you just say like random stuff that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
and then I say something, and then it just goes to our QR code.
You know what I mean? It's like a Talking Heads show.
Yeah,
like you'd see.
Yeah,
like
but you don't say anything. You're the host, and you're like, "This is America," because that's all.
So we can shoot it like this. We don't even have to be in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
So you'll go, this is America. And I'll go, yeah, this is America. And then we'll have the host say something.
The last time I checked, we lived in the United States of America. I don't know when. I don't know where this guy's from or where he gets his facts.
You just go, you'll go, last time I checked, we lived in the United States. So you say that, and I'll do so just say that.
Last time I checked, we lived in the United States
of America.
That's
and then the news person goes,
hold up.
We'll be right back with Hickory Live.
Oh, that's
and then
funny.
QR code.
Yeah, we'll just need one other person to look like, an Anderson Cooper or a Tucker Carlson type person in the middle.
We get my buddy we'll find like like Tim. There's so many Reno.
But yes, that's a great idea. We got to work on that. Okay.
Yeah.
We got to wrap this one up. I'm excited for all the things we got going on. Yeah.
Can you see it, John? How do I show you this?
What happened?
Can you see?
Well, no. I see.
You look at my ears really closely.
Well, they're, I can't. Is it the sideburn or the ear?
Look at the ear. Yeah. Now look at my age. Okay. Think about age. Think about being
51.
50s. What normally happens to older guys? What happens? You get hair coming out of your nose.
Yeah.
Okay, now look at the ear again.
Well, I mean, this not high definition, so I can't really see what.
I got my ear waxed today. I went to a place where they normally wax the vajayjays of the ladies. I paid to have my ears. Look how clean those are. There's not one bit of hair on them. They're all, look how clean it is in there. Look how there's no hair at the top. It was the most painful thing. It really hurt. It really hurt.
How long will it last before you have to go back?
Yeah. Couple weeks.
And now, if the girls call that one that they do down there the Brazilian, what are we calling the earwax? What name do we give that?
Don't know.
We got to think about old guy term. The century. Looks like you'll be 50 and up.
Century. Like
I'll take the century.
I'm going to get a century. And you go, bam. I was going to have him do the neck. You know how you get that stuff here? But the ear hurt so bad. I'm like, I'm out.
Wow. What if they could do the inside of your nose?
Yeah. So the inside of the ear, she goobed it up and then she just grabbed it and just yanked it.
Oh.
She just, yanked it. And it hurt. Yeah. So they could do the inside of your nose. Easy.
I don't know. That would be. And then how did was she violent about it?
She was violent about the ear. Because I asked her, I go, does it hurt? And she goes, no, there's no cartilage or whatever. I don't know. She looked 16, but she probably had to be 22. And she did it and just, and my head thunked back down. But you don't be like, oh. Because there's literally, I mean, I could imagine getting your nether regions done.
Right.
There's no way.
The taint, I don't understand. What
clean?
Where did you go to get this done?
Some Brazilian. Look at how clean that is. Look at that.
I'm telling you, the quality is not there for me. And I don't know what it looked like beforehand, but it looks like a normal ear. Yeah, it's nice. It's clean. It's like a little baby's ear. You got brand new baby's ear, man. Your butt's fine. You look at you. You're healthy.
I'm a whole new person, man. Look forward. I'm getting healthy for this cruise, for this prom. We got.
I'll be. I didn't plug my tour date, but I'm going to be in Oxnard, California this weekend at Levity Live. I don't know how many people who are following me or you are in Oxnard. It's not far from Los Angeles. It's kind of close to where you used to live, right?
Yeah, it's nice. Oxnard is nice.
I have heard. How do you describe Oxnard? Is it like Orange? Is it the OC? Is it like old rich white people? What is it?
It depends who's at the show.
Got it. Which is what I'm worried about. I don't know if my type of people live in Oxnard.
It's yeah. I always have really fun shows there. Your stage is weird. You're really way higher than everybody.
Oh,
almost like the person's head in the front row. You could literally almost touch their head.
Yeah.
And the stage is big but I haven't been there in years. So probably everybody who I knew worked there is gone. But they come, you know what I mean? They come it's a good room. It's a good room. You're kind of off the green room's off the side. If you don't have a good server, they'll forget about you.
All right.
So that's just good. You know what I mean? Put your food
they
order
have
in.
good audio.
Get there.
Do they have good audio video people? You know, like the person running a sound booth.
It's been a minute since I've been there, so I don't know who's there anymore. The cameras, if I remember correctly, are like every improv or whatever, where it's more for the higher ups to watch the show than for the quality of the recording of the performance.
Oh, so they can record for you.
Maybe.
Yeah, that just happened in Phoenix. I sent you a picture of the audio video guy, Ian. He remembers you.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture of Ian and I started laughing.
Yeah,
that kid hated me.
He hated you.
He hated me.
No way. Ian's such a sweetheart.
Ian's a nice guy. Okay, so Ian's a nice, super nice.
Yeah,
right. Recorded all my shows for me. New to sound kid. And I asked him, I said, let's record every show. And he had a question to ask me. The show's over. I'm shaking everybody's hands. And I see friends, and then Michelle sees her friends. So we're doing the after the show thing. And he's standing there the whole time, just staring at me. Doesn't once walk over. Right. So after about a lot of mingling, I finally looked at him. Yeah. And I go, dude, can I help you? You know, I just kind of caught him. And he goes, Did you want the show recorded? And I go, no, I don't need that one. And he went and walked away from me.
Oh, wow.
I felt so bad. Okay, because but then I had to tell him, I go, in that situation, you need to show whatever and step up and go, pardon me, did you need this? I would like to leave. And you're allowed to be a little bit authoritative, but he was so nice that he kind of hung back, and I wasted like 45 minutes of his time. And he's a young kid. So then when I went to tip out at the end of the week for him recording me, I threw in some extra cash.
Two things. I always go, yes, I need it. Just send it to me. If you've already recorded it, and you're just gonna, it's an email, yes, and I'll delete it if I don't want it. You know. Right. Two, you tip out audio video guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not been doing that.
I do it if they're kind of to go through the work to make sure they hit record, and then they dump it down to me, and then they put it on their file drive and send it to me. I tip them.
How much do you tip them? $20?
It depends. Boy, a lot of it goes personality. If I think the kid's kind of a tool, I'm gonna lower what I give him a little. But it's in the 40s.
Wow.
Up for if you do a whole weekend's worth of shows, I figure that's a little extra work.
I tip the waiter, the green room person, but I've never tipped anyone else.
Do you tip your it's COVID, so the housekeepers are kind of non-existent in a lot of hotels.
Oh,
but did you ever tip your hotel? Maid?
No, I mean maybe once or twice, and only because maybe I heard someone else say that they do, and then it went away, and then they went away. But I don't, no, I don't, unless I have special things I want done. If it's something out of the ordinary, like I need you to tuck it in and not tuck it in, whatever that was.
Yeah,
but no,
I tip like whatever I think they're making hourly. Mm-hmm. I just kind of tip, so I'll leave like $10-15 with the room key, and that is also a quiet agreement that any evidence left behind is either tossed and or you forgot where you found it.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so I tip that out.
But now I feel bad. I didn't tip Ian, and he did record all my sets.
Who drives you to
yeah.
The guy who picks you up from the. Drives you back and forth.
Yeah, those guys. I tipped him.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, we got to go. Hey, everybody, don't forget heffronandreep.com and become a Patreon supporter so we can do this more often and have more fun and make QR codes and everything else. Look, see, John's loving his book already. There we go. Well, for John Heffron, I am John Reep. You've been watching Heffron and Reep. We'll see you back here next week. All right? Bicycle.
Since you love the Heffron and Reep show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They, Heffron and Reep, have low self-esteem.